Hello. Hi, Erin. Hi, Audra. Hi, Valentina. Hello, everybody. Hello, Corinne. Oh, I shouldn't open this yet. We're gonna do an unboxing. You have to let me know before I start, though. Oh, that's so nice. Let me know if you can rotate your phone. Yeah, Ian's here. He's gonna be with us today. Let me know if you can rotate the phone and see, like, more of the, like, what I'm showing the same things, but I have it set up so that if you rotate the phone, you can see things a little bigger. It works? Okay, and does it look good? Because I can move things. I was, like, moving things around a little bit, but now that I can actually see what's going on, that's very distracting. Now that I can see what's going on, I think I can make this a little bigger. There was, like, an alert that pops up here, but I think that's only if someone follows. So I don't think it will be in the way. Are the words too small? Yours doesn't do that. Maybe you have your phone on, like, a lock. Yours doesn't rotate. It's set up so that it has two different modes, and I have, like, I can see myself in portrait and I can see myself in landscape. You have to click the little square. Thank you. I'll try clicking. I don't know what the little square is, but try clicking on that. Hi, Felicia. Sent a photo on Discord. Okay, hold on. Let me look. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I think I could make the... Is this, like, better? I don't want the chat to get in the way, and I can't make the chat smaller. It isn't working. Okay. Also make sure that your phone isn't set to be on a screen lock. Like, you know, when you pull down on your screen and you can see, like, if it's, I don't have my phone on me because Ian's using it, but you can, like, make it freeze or on one way, or you can make it able to rotate. Sorry, I'm, like, really distracted by the chat in this thing because there's only 3. Can I, like, make it, oh no, I don't want it to be bigger. I want it to show more though. Hold on. Okay, quantity. See, we're learning here. 4? It only shows, you can only do 4. Okay. So I also don't know. You guys will have to tell me. This little chat thing that I'm moving around, is this the only, like, when you do rotate it, I know it's not working for some people, but if it's working for you, is that the only version of the chat that you can see? Or can you see the other comments also? Because right now, like, it's like every time someone joins, it bumps the comments away. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a problem. I see I can't even read. Yeah, we have an Ian cam. He'll wave later. You see both? You see only joins. Yeah, so the comments are, like, buried in it. So, oh, maybe then I need to do this. Okay, sorry, guys. I'm going to fiddle a little bit. I'm going to say, don't show likes, don't show new followers, don't show new viewers, and don't show that. So now it should actually just be chat. But I think that's mostly for screen recording, which I'd like to keep because I think this is the only way we could possibly get the replays to have the chat on it. And that's something that I never had before. So it was always like on the replays, you can't see what people are saying. But yeah, this works way better, I think. And then they'll disappear after a little while. But I think it might be beneficial to have that. And it won't be so distracting if it's not like every time someone joins. Okay. That's cool. I didn't know you could do this either until like 5 minutes ago. I knew that it had popped up when I opened TikTok Studio one time that there was an option now, but it took me a while to try it out. I just tried it today, so we'll see if it's good. And then this will be actually a good transition to when I finally try out Twitch and try to dual stream. I think this will be much more compatible. And I'm glad that you can do both because I didn't want to just do the landscape view because I know a lot of people like to just watch on the phone. So I'm glad that I can have both. And I hope that if it's not working for you, I hope if you update TikTok, it'll work. And then there's something else that's supposed to pop up, like, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but like up in the corner. But I might just get rid of that because then I can make this bigger. And that would be even better, right? What book is that, bro? This is an 1895 diary. I'm just fiddling to see. There we go. Yeah, so it pops up if someone follows me. Let me know if that's annoying. I'll get rid of it. I don't really need it there, but it's nice to see if people follow because I do miss it sometimes. You like to watch on the phone. Yeah, so this way you can either hold it up and down or side to side. It's a diary, bruh. Insane, bro. Yeah, it is. Update your app and it rotates. Okay, so that's all you gotta do. So, before we actually get into the diary today, I have an exciting new thing to show you. This is a diary in this package, donated to us by a viewer named Maria. I don't know if she's here, but I picked it up right before I came on. And okay, good. I'm glad you like it even on your phone. I was wondering, and so I'll just keep it. And let me know, like, I'll tweak it if anything works better, if my face is too big. Like, just let me know, and I'll fix it. So, yeah, this was donated to us. And obviously, we have a long way to go in the Slippy Diaries. We have 6 of them to get through. We're almost done with the first one, but it's going to take us a while to get through those and research those. But this, I don't know if anyone who was here, I think it was a couple of lives ago now, Maria was talking about having this diary and offered it to us, so she sent it. And it's probably like good ASMR here. It is a 5-year diary, and I haven't decided if this one, I mean, I'm assuming after we're done with the Slippy Diaries, this would be a good project to do on here, because it is, it's a line a day. So I think it's 5 years, though, she said. Yeah, it is. So this might be a good one to do on here, because it, like, spans more than 1 year. It can be hard sometimes when you just have 1 year of someone's life to actually, like, find anything about them. But this is, let's just read it. So, oh, sorry, I didn't show you. So it's a line a day. It's red, just like one of our Weatherman diaries, and a lot of these that we're reading now, the Slippy Diaries. And then when you open it up, it says, Mrs. Monroe something. It's probably not going to focus, but Mrs. Monroe something. Maryland? I think Maryland. Some Faithsburg? Gatesburg? I don't know. We will figure that out. Anyone in Maryland? Looks like Gaitthusburg. I don't know. And the years span... Oh, this is weird. Hold on. Before I, Oh, okay, hold on. So it says Mrs. Monroe something. And then the city, and then it says September 8th, 1919. Margie, I think, gave me this book. I was Mrs. Hobbs. That's what it says. It says I was Mrs. Hobbs down here. So I wonder if this book was given to someone else. It's given to, maybe Mrs. Hobbs is mentioned in the book. This is cool. Just like the publication page. Yeah, we can read one day as a teaser. Okay, I want to read this. Oh, so this book, copyrighted 1892, this actual diary. That's true, yeah, pandemic. Samuel Ward Company, Boston, Mass. I've seen that company before. So they must have been pretty big. But it says prefatory. You have neither the time nor the inclination, possibly, to keep a full diary. This is like a little blurb. Suppose, however, out of the multitude of matters that crowd each day, you jot down in a line or two those most worthy of remembrance. Such a book will be of the greatest value in after years. What a record of events, incidents, joys, sorrows, successes, failures, things accomplished, things attempted. This book is designed for just such a record. It can be commenced on any day of the year and is so printed that it is good for any 5 years. That's true. I never thought about that. You can start a one-year diary any day. Oh, well, yeah, duh. But you just make your way around again. To illustrate how it would be used, suppose that... Oh, it's just telling you how to use it. So basically, each day has 5 sections, and the first year around, I know I love the preface. I'm definitely gonna put that on our website or something. I think it's very cool. So you write the first year, which is 1916. This is confusing. Okay, well, the first year, which is 1916, it would have a January 1st slot. And then you'd make your way around again, and then it would be, the second slot would be January 1st, 1917. Now, what's confusing about this is the date in the front says 1919. The first entry says 1916. And all of the other entries on that day also say 1916. They all do. Oh, okay. It's very sporadic. Interesting. So it's 1916, 1916, 1916, 1916, 1916. 1916, 1916. Then it doesn't tell us. Then it says 1925. $1921, and then it looks like a young girl writing. So this might be kind of confusing. It may have changed hands, yeah, but I guess we're gonna have to look at the handwriting too to figure out who's writing. But I wonder if I read through the January 1st entries, yeah, we've got like 1921, 1932, 1920. So this might not be that easy to figure out. And then it's sporadic. So, I mean, it's going to be a mystery, that's for sure. Obviously, they didn't read the first page that told you how to use it. But let's see. I will, how about we read... Yeah, this is just... I think this is just like the person started off this diary, like, and used each little section as a day. So I'll read what we've got, and we can probably figure it out so far. I'll read the first page. 1916. This is all January 1st, apparently, but I was in Cedar Grove, it looks like, for New Year. Saturday, came home Sunday, stopped at Gathersburg, the wind blowing way hard. I was with you, Ruth. I was with you looks like it might be in different handwriting. This is going to be a mystery. Yeah. Because then okay, sorry. I'm like reading this and not, she spelled Cedar Rapids wrong. I'm reading this and not explaining what I'm looking at. I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but on the first entry at the end, it says, I was with you, Ruth. And then, is this backwards, by the way, or can you read it? Because in the second entry, it also says the name Ruth, and it's written differently. So Ruth definitely came back and made a comment. I wonder if Ruth is Mrs. Hobbs, because it says I was Mrs. Hobbs, and this is like this is confusing. This is hard to explain, I'm sorry, but it's very intriguing. Okay, so another entry, also labeled 1916, written on the January 1st page, but probably not January 1st. Ruth Elaine Okay, sorry. Ruth Elaine Eigelhart died January 20th and was buried on Saturday 23rd at Cedar Grove. And a little child shall lead them. In parentheses. So maybe she was saying, maybe I was with you is not a comment from someone else. Maybe it's just like a comment about her friend, like she was with her friend. Hold on, sorry. Was it a school project maybe, or a sisterhood of traveling pants? I know, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't think, now that I'm looking back or reading the next, I don't think Ruth actually did write anything. I think maybe Ruth passed away, and then in the entry before she's saying, I was with you, Ruth. Like before she died? I don't know. It's confusing. The next one, Martha Burrows and her two boys came to see us on Monday, February 14th, which was a very cold day. So we are not on January 1st anymore. 1916, Leah Eigelhart came down to see us on Friday, February 18th, and stayed until Sunday. On Saturday, we went down to Myra's had a nice time. Also 1916, And on Saturday, I also learned to crochet. What you call a mile a minute, but I did not go quite that fast. 1916 still. Mrs. Perry Waters died February 21st, 1916. 1922, Ruth and Jack ate dinner at Leah's. So there is another Ruth, who might be the one who is making a little note. February 23rd. So we just had to figure out if Ruth is that Mrs. Hobbs. Hello. Welcome back. Right now we're unboxing a new diary, so that's Cedar Groves is a historic home in La Plata, Maryland. Oh. A historic home. I wonder, is it also a town? Like, is it in the town of Cedar Grove? I was in Cedar Grove for New Year's Saturday. I don't know if she's talking about a town or if a house, but we'll read more after we're done with the Slippy Diaries. We'll have to wait. This is a mystery already. February 23rd, Monroe came down in want to something, and it was raining very hard the night, so Monroe stayed all night. Then Esther Lower is the president of our something school. New school. January 1st, 1917. Leah Arthur Pinch, brother Monroe Edgar, was here for New Year's dinner. Also Jack. 1919, the first snow we had, about 3-something days. 1925, went up to Leah's for a New Year's Day. While Monroe did not work, he helped me to fix the curtain. Yeah, so this is going to be very confusing. And then down here we have, look, just a scribble of Dorothy Ann Phelps. So there's a lot of people in this diary. Okay, I'm just skipping around a little bit. The child's handwriting is all over this page, and it says, "Dear Mother, I like to go to school. Dorothy Ann Phelps." Or whatever the last name is. I think it says Phelps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I love it. That reminds me of what, like, me and my sister used to write when we were pretending that we were playing a game or we're doing work. Just like we would just do check marks. I am a little girl. It is a snowy day. Dorothy Ann Phelps. I don't know if it's Phelps, but I love it. And it's mixed in with an older woman, like an adult writing. Yeah, I wonder, it must be, maybe it is her kid. I know, it's such a mystery, and it's like, I want to do it now. Now I'm wondering, is this a project for the live stream? This diary was donated to us, like, very recently. I just opened it up. So, like, is this a project for the live stream, or is this going to be way too confusing? And maybe it's a Diary Detectives project, but we have plenty of time to decide, and maybe we'll, like, start looking into it and see if it's going to be, because, like, I'm very confused. And just keeping track of the handwriting, you think it'll be cool? Okay, I don't know. I think it might, put it away is too tempting. I know, I'm, like, flipping through. I'm intrigued. But it might be a little bit too much. There's actually a lot of empty pages, so it won't take us too long to actually read through it. But it's just going to be hard to keep track. Like, as you guys who are in the Diary Detectives group and Patreon, you know that there's a lot of moving parts at once, and there's like 5 different handwriting styles in here that I can even pick out. So I'm intrigued, but I'm wondering if it's too much. Well, we'll see. I love that her kid is writing in her diary. I'm just wondering if it's, like, going to be confusing. Anyways, at least we have, I know we do love a challenge, but I don't love to come on here and be, like, not know what I'm talking about. So, it's confusing. Keeping organized. Yeah, it's one of the hardest parts. And then keeping organized when I'm on a live stream is very difficult. And, like, trying to remember everything. And so, I don't know. maybe we can try it out after. It'll be a long time from now, so. All right. I think Ian's getting a snack. Okay, so right now, we're switching over. We're reading Georgia's 1895 diary. We're on November, if you can believe it. We're almost done. So after we read through her 1895 diary, we're going to move on to Ralph's 1901 diary. So this package of diaries that we got, they were also donated to us. And there's 6 of them. So, okay, Felicia says maybe have some of the diary detectives starting on it and then start working on it on the lives. Yeah, that would be a good happy medium, I think. So we got 6 diaries all together, and they're written by 2 different people. Georgia Newton, who will eventually become Georgia Slippy, and her future husband, Ralph Slippy. So the first one is written by her in 1895 when she was 17. That's the one we're reading now. And then we don't have one from 1900, but we have Ralph's from 1901. So we're going to read them in order. So Ralph's is next. One cool thing that I did find when I was just poking through. Wonder if I can quickly just pull it out. And then I promise we'll start reading. Ralph, in his diary... Hold on. I mean, it's really not even going to show on there anyways. But if you've been following this story, you know that Georgia always writes the mileage. Wherever she goes, she's writing like, oh, it was 12 miles away, it was 8 miles back, blah, blah, blah. Like everywhere she goes. Well, an interesting thing is that in Ralph's 1901 diary, he does the exact same thing. So I don't even know if they have met yet. And I don't know, even if they have met, like, is that something that they would pick up on from each other? Like, it's just so interesting that they both are so specific about mileage. And he'll say, like, I went this far on the train. And he'll go as far as to, at, like, the end of February, he'll say, oh, I went this many miles on train in February. Like, he added them up, which is amazing, just like Corinne did for us. It's so cool. It was like they were made for each other. I don't know if we'll find out. Maybe they knew each other, but still, like, that is such a weird quirk. It's a city engineer thing. It must be, because George's dad is an engineer, a city engineer, and then Ralph becomes one, so I feel like it must be tied to that. She gets it from her dad, and imagine if that was, like, their first conversation. She's like, oh, they meet somewhere. She's like, damn it, I didn't keep track of how many miles this was, and he knows. I wrote it in my diary. Oh, man, that is funny. You're working on September's mileage as we speak. That's awesome. That's so random and cool. And yes, a Tuesday live. Lives are on Tuesdays now because I have a class on Wednesdays. So from now until, I don't know, I'll let you know when it changes, but it's going to be Tuesdays now. Sounds like something my dad would write the miles. Yeah. All right, well, we can start. We're in November. Can't believe we're almost done with this year of her life. I'm kind of sad because, oh, I'm going to make it, I was fooling around with the size. Hold on. I'm kind of sad because we're going to switch to Ralph's perspective. Not that I don't want to hear his perspective, but like I've really been enjoying hearing what Georgia was doing every day. And I don't know, like it'll be so cool to figure out if they knew each other in 1901 or when they met each other. But they were definitely talking about each other in the 1903 one. They get married in 1903, so I would assume they knew each other, obviously. But in, I think it was February, there was an entry where they both mentioned each other in their entries, because I'm getting ahead of myself, but we have 2 1903 diaries. One of them is Ralph's and one of them is Georgia's. So when we get to 1903, it's going to be really cool because we can read them together. It'll be very cool. I know, this would be a good romance book, because especially with the dual perspective of the year they get married, it could be a great show. All right, fair and warm. Didn't go to school. Rode downtown half a mile. Went downtown, and let me know, because this is a new setup, so let me know if something, you can't see something or something is in the way, and I can move it. Went downtown half mile. Oh, no, sorry. Went downtown. Mama went in the country, and I stayed and kept house. I might be bad at typing today. I got a gnarly paper cut, and I have a Band-Aid on, and I can't feel my finger because of the Band-Aid. So I'm like not that good at typing right now. Saturday, November. There we go. Good thing we have some autocorrect to help us out. That'll catch most of it. My father didn't write down miles, but he would write down mileage on the car everywhere we went. That is cool. That is a cool little tidbit. Do you know Ralph's age? Is he much older? We do know his age. Let me find out for sure. He's the same age. He was born in 1881. Yeah. So, someone do the math. Ouch. The small cuts are always so annoying. I know. They were so bad. She's older? Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah, because she was born in 1870. I don't know why. In my mind, I just imagined he was older than her. But no, she was born in 1878, I think. So a few years older. Where is it? Sorry, these are all the people in the diary. She's further up. She's... Sorry, here. I was had her before. Unstable internet connection. Let me know if I'm frozen. Yeah, 1878 she was born. Oops. That's my working document. Okay, hold on, let me get rid of that. Sorry, I'm all over the place now with the new setup. Okay, November 2nd, fair and warm. Swept and cleaned. Oh, it's your diary birthday month. Happy diary birthday month. I know, usually the lady was younger. I guess he met an older woman and he was like, oh my god, she likes distance as much as I do. No, she died a while before him because he remarried. So she died in 1952. He died in... Oh, okay, not that much longer before. See, in my mind, the timeline, like, I haven't fully formed it. So in my mind, I thought she died, like, young. And then he lived on for a while, but 1952, so. He does get remarried, though, in that time. So, she likes mileage, too, yeah. Okay, swept and cleaned up the house. Oops, I'm in the wrong thing. There we go. Went out to Grandpa's. 12 miles. Is the text too small for you guys, or is it good? I can make it bigger. I think I might need to make it bigger for my own sake, but maybe if we make it like a little bit bigger. I don't want it to like go off the page though. How's that? Is that okay? Because my eyes aren't that good. Okay. It was like way too big before, but it was easier to read. A bit too small. Okay, how about now? Is it better now, or should I make it bigger? Because it's like a hard balance. I want it to have enough of the entry, but I feel like they're looking so short that I feel like I could go up a little bit. Maybe like that. Typing is going to be a challenge today. Fair and warm. Went to Sunday school. 8 miles. Went downtown to see how May... Oh, I should zoom in. Sorry. I don't know what that says. Went downtown to see how May something as she was very sick. They're gonna hear you crunching. They're gonna hear that. Did you guys hear that? It was so loud. No, you don't have to leave. Yeah, I think it might be a last name. But it doesn't say, like, see how she was. Oh my god, he left. I don't know what he was eating. It sounded good. Maybe he's eating, like, hummus. I see Fegles too. Or maybe it's May F something. Yeah, maybe she left out was. Zoom in on name. Will do. Ooh, look how big I can get it on the sideways view. I love that. It's like almost as big for as it's almost big enough for me to read it. May something. May Fegels. Yeah, I guess she probably just didn't write was. She's done that before, like left out a word or two. Went to Uncle Dan's. I've been like trying to research where her church was because she never really gives us the name of the church. And she travels, it's very, it's interesting because she says she'll go to church and or she says went to Sunday school and sometimes she'll say went to church 8 miles. And then she says went home 12 miles. So it was confusing to us why it's different the way to church and the way home with a distance. And I think I figured it out. We're just like trying to really confirm it. But most of the time in her entries, she says like the day before she goes to Sunday school or Sunday school and church, she's always saying she's out at Uncle Dan's or at Grandpa's. And Grandpa's we know is 12 miles away. When she goes home from church, it's 12 miles away. So I wonder, do I have it anywhere where I sent, hold on, let me open up my Discord and see. Because I sent them my, like, thought process yesterday. I was like, can you hear my washer? You guys can hear everything. Okay, hold on. Focus. Slippy Diaries. So, I have in here... Well, this is... Okay, so I ended up linking... Here was my thought process. I linked a... Oh, she said down too? Okay. I did not mean to put downtown. Oh. Okay. I linked an entry where she talked about a Sunday school convention. And I was like, okay, so if I can find out where the Sunday school convention was, and it was that 8 miles, 12 miles situation... I could figure out if it was the church in Eagle Township, which is where her grandfather lived, because that was like what the theory I was thinking. And do you mind? Oh no. Okay. Did you mean to put that? I already read that comment. Sorry. So I figured out that was where the convention was. So there was a good chance that she's going to church at this one church in Eagle Township, which is the United Brethren Church in Eagle Township. And then this is, hold on, can I open it in the browser? There we go. This is the distance between that church and her house, which is 11.6 miles. And she doesn't do the decimal places, so I think if she rounds up, that's 12 miles, right? Oh, okay, you'll have to tell me more about that then, Church of the Brethren. I'm not familiar with that. And I wasn't sure if it was just the name of that one church, but that makes more sense because I couldn't find, like, any specific building, but it's probably, it's more the denomination that's the name, right? So anyways, that matches the 12 miles, and then trying to figure out the whole 8 miles to church thing was kind of confusing. Hold on, let me make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so I did a quick like distance on my Google Earth thing that I've got going on from LaPorte City, which is where Uncle Dan's listed, kind of like that's the city where he is listed in like census. He's actually from Big Creek, which is over here, but it's about 9 miles, so it kind of makes sense if there's anywhere in this vicinity that he lives. If she's coming from Uncle Dan's, it might be 8 miles. The other thing that I wasn't doing, so about here is where her grandpa lives, and if she's coming from her grandpa's, I was doing the measurement like this, and I was like, oh, it's only like 5 miles. But she wouldn't just like run across people's farms to get to the church. She would be like coming out of the farm, going down the road, and then turning. So that would be more, because I was thinking like, oh, it can't be that because it's only about 5 miles, but it would actually be more because she'd have to go on like roads, and there's probably more roads now than there were then. So I bet she had to do a further walk. I know it does look like a far walk on the map. So I think that that's the church. And I think that that school building is actually still standing too. Wonder if, hold on, let me, I'm going to go on a few little tangents here. I have a little Google Earth project started with all of the places from this diary, not all of them, but like I'm trying to put them in there when I find certain specific places, and it helps kind of like map it out. Let me show you. So she does talk about riding horseback sometimes. Why is it bringing me to Africa? Okay, hold on. Here we go. She does talk about riding horses sometimes, but usually she's like specific about it and says, oh, I went horseback. So we're really not sure if she's walking everywhere, but if she sometimes tells us she's horseback and sometimes she doesn't say anything, I feel like she would just tell us if she was on a horse. So I don't know. We're not sure. I'm looking at it in the wrong direction. Here we go. I think. Yes. This is where the way I'm used to looking at it. So down here is Eagle Township. Up here is where she lives. And then I was going to show you that the schoolhouse that was attached to the church, which the church was here, but it's not here anymore. But this is the schoolhouse. I'm pretty sure. I saw it on a website one time. I was looking, I wanted to see if there were any schoolhouses that were still around in that area, like still standing. And I swear to God, I saw this, and this is exactly in the spot on the map that says, like where the school is. So, I mean, it looks like it's old, but I mean, obviously it could be a different building that was built at a later date. There's nothing here like a plaque that tells us, but I'm pretty sure I also saw on another website, and I can't find the website again, of course, but I'm pretty sure I saw that this was like one of the last standing schoolhouses in Eagle Township. So I don't know. Wow, the land is almost empty now. I wonder if it was demolished or if it was always empty. I think it was always farmland. And there was a church here, which is interesting that that's gone. But the other church, so she was not Catholic. Oh, this is a cemetery that she, I think, talks about. She talks about Eagle Centered Cemetery. Or Eagle Cemetery or something. Look at how like sparse it is. There's like nobody here. We were looking for Uncle Dan's land, and we were comparing with old census records and stuff. And of course, not all of the streets around here have street view. These do, but the ones down further below don't. And of course, the one house I really want to look at to see if it's his house, because we have a picture of his, but it doesn't have street view. This is a church, or maybe the church is over here, but she doesn't go to this church anyway. But there's another cemetery back here. That one looks much bigger. But I know, look at all that farmland. So that's like where her grandpa lived. And I haven't pinpointed a house or anything. I don't even know if it would still be standing. And then her Uncle Dan lived in this purple area. That's like his land. And the land over time, like the different maps, it's hard to actually map them out on the newer maps because there's so much more now. But that's about where his land is. And then this was also land that was listed in the family, so I just marked out whatever I could, and just gives you a general sense. Yeah, Nikki worked really hard on like actually pinpointing where the land pieces were, and I'm very impressed that you could do that, Nikki, because I mean, you can, to an extent, like when you pointed out where this was, I now can see that it matches up with the rivers and stuff. But it's so hard when you're looking at a black and white old map with hardly anything on it, and then you look at this and there's just like so much in front of you. So I really admire that. And I had Grandpa Barry's land right here. I was so close. It's like one little slot over. Oh, I'm happy you're here then, Velvet. Okay, so yeah, hang in there, definitely. Back then, some church services were held in the local schoolhouse. Yeah, and I'm thinking that maybe the Sunday school was at the schoolhouse. Yeah, the church could have burned down. That's true. We should. Well, I've got my notepad here. We'll look into it. Look into church. burning down. And that might explain why when she passed away, she had her funeral in a different church. So maybe this was her church and it burned down. I don't know. We're doing this, Taylor, just kind of like for fun. And then also the goal is to return the diaries to descendants if we can find them. We just had a successful return with another diary that we did. Sorry, I'm fiddling around with the font size here. I was on 26. It's all changing now every time. We did 3 diaries from Iowa in the 1940s, and we returned those to a descendant, which was really cool. So this one, I don't know. We're going to have a hard time, I think, because I don't think Ralph had kids, or I know Georgia didn't, or they didn't, if they had kids, they didn't, like, survive them, you know. So, I don't know. Hopefully we can find, like, and they also didn't have surviving siblings. I think Ralph did, though, so we could probably maybe go on his side and try to find someone who's still living who we could give. Is there a history of tornadoes in the area? I don't know. We'd have to ask. We have a few people on here from that area. I'm assuming they're more common over there than here. Oh, yeah, we could superimpose the old map on top of the current map, I guess. I don't know how to do that, but I could figure it out. Do you link the typed versions to ancestry profiles? Not yet. I do try to, like, reach out to people who have trees who might be related, and then I offer to send them, like, I upload all of the typed diary stuff to my website, so I refer them to that. But then I also, one thing I like to do is go on Find a Grave and link people according to what is in the diaries, you know. Like, we search people who are mentioned in the diary, and then I will try to connect them, but you can do it in Photoshop. Okay. I can try to do that. Let me write down your username. Hopefully I can find you after. Or if you message me, that would be easier. Over the river and through the woods, yeah. To Grandpa Barry's house we go. Okay. Sorry, this, like, new setup is kind of confusing. Can't imagine how cool it'd be to find something like that linked to an ancestor. Yes, I think, thank you. Yeah, definitely message me because I'll forget. I, like, have a lot in my brain, but thank you for offering that, though. I'm also looking for anybody who is, like, very close to this area. I don't want anyone to be, like, traveling. Erin, I know you want to go on a road trip, but I don't want anyone to be traveling, like, far for this. I have, like, a little bit of a mission if you're from Waterloo area and it's not too much to get down to Eagle Center. Because we can't look at, or Eagle Township, because we can't look at the street view, there's a big chunk of road that we can't see. Waterloo, Iowa. Yes, there's a few people who said they were from Iowa, and I don't have them, like, written down or anything. But if anyone is willing to do a little, like, a mini road trip, okay, Tegan, but are you, like, close enough where it's no big deal to drive over? Because I don't want to, like, inconvenience anyone. You might not find anything, but because the house might be gone. Like, there's no guarantee that this is here. But okay, Tegan, if you want to, how far are you from? Do you know where Eagle Township is? Like, near LaPorte City. How far are you from that area? Like, how much of a drive is it? Because I'm not gonna send you on a mission that's gonna take you hours. But if you want to message me, I would love for somebody... Oh, 10 minutes? Okay, definitely message me then. Because I would love for someone to just, like, take a gander out there and see... And I'll give you more information. Because, like, it's, like, a specific area. And I want to look to see if Uncle Dan's house is still there. Because we have a picture of his house. And we know it's in Big Creek. And we know, like, the parcel of land that had his name on it. So I think if we can... Yeah, that would be awesome. I love that, Tegan. That's awesome. Okay, so definitely message me if you want to do it. No pressure at all, but that would be great. Yeah, amazing. Okay. And actually, I'm really going to drill you because if you're only 10 minutes away from there, you know more about like the history, and you can probably ask around. So that would be great. I love having a little not spy. Spy isn't the right word for it, but I'm in Massachusetts, so I'm like really far away from there. It's not practical for me to go. But okay. In 2011, the employment rate in Eagle Township was 11.6. I wonder what that means, though. Yeah, contact. Exactly. Someone on the ground. 3 hours away and plan to visit anyway. I know, Erin. And you take your time with that. But I don't want to send you out for a silly thing. That's what I'm saying. I know you want to go, and you will. But you'll have like a real like plan. Take pictures of the headstones. Hold on, I lost that message. In that little cemetery. Yeah, they're probably in Find a Grave, but yeah, the comments are on the screen. Is that okay? Do you like that? I'm keeping it there because I think when it records, hopefully it will record in the landscape mode, and then when we have the YouTube replay, it will actually have the chat on there. Compile a team. Yeah, that's awesome, Erin. Not Boston, but close. Yeah. I'm not in the city. Agents. Yes, diary detective agents. I'll give you a badge. We really do need badges. What if Tegan could find the distant relative? I know. Yeah, Tegan, also let me know if you know any historical societies in the area that would be interested in, like, I mean, I haven't reached out to any yet because we're so close. We just started this, so I haven't really done a lot of like reaching out, but if we can find like someone who knows Eagle Township really, really well, then we can find more information about like how to, I don't know. This guy was hold on, I'm thinking too many thoughts at once. Georgia, who wrote this diary, is actually not from Eagle, but she is from, and I'm not even sure if it's Eagle Township, Eagle Center, or just Eagle, but she's from Waterloo. And her grandfather is from Eagle. But she marries someone who was the mayor of Waterloo for a time. So I feel like there has to be a picture of her somewhere. And I really want to connect with somebody who can show me where to find a picture of her. Because she's not like in the newspaper. There's no picture. There's plenty of pictures of him. But yes, I can send you a list. And so I have Tegan, I don't know if this is the first time you've been on my live, but I have like a Patreon group, and there's a bunch of people in there who are like really invested in this. So I think if you guys have specific places or questions, you should send them to me and I'll give them to Tegan too. Your library has old records. Okay, what town? No, you don't have to tell me on here. I'll message you, Tegan, and then you can tell me like where, not exactly, but like what town you're from. You just realized the railroad you work with is based 25 miles north of Waterloo. You have contacts. Nice. Okay, and yeah, we'll put together a list for you. Even just to get pictures of the town. I love that. When we were doing Fairfax, Iowa, Kelly took some great pictures of Fairfax for us. And it's just cool to have, like, background knowledge, background pictures. Anyways, thanks so much. It's so nice that you're so excited. Okay, went home. Oh, I already did that. 12 miles. Went to school. Went over the river for a walk, and I saw Will H. So that's Will Henning. Went downtown. Received a picture from Hester of her, Christy, and Josie. Interesting. There are a couple of Hesters in the family. She talks about getting letters from them a lot, or from her, but I'm not sure which Hester exactly she's talking about. But this might be a clue that it's related to Christy and Josie. Maybe they're her sisters or something, or maybe just her friends. But okay, you're invested now. Yeah. Okay, I'll message you all the deets. That's how you get sucked in. It starts small, and then it's like, oh, I'm thinking about this when I go to sleep. I misspelled Hester, sorry. Herter. Okay, Tuesday. Yeah, the typing is not good today. I was telling everyone I got a bad paper cut. Which sounds pathetic, but it was a really deep paper cut. You can't wait to join the... Oh, we can't wait to have you. Fair and warm. Went to school. Rained some. Went downtown. Yeah, someone mentioned in the chat, you guys remembered I'm an art teacher. So I was just taking some paintings that the kids made, and the paper was kind of like on the thinner side. So after they dried, they kind of curled up. So I put them under... Oh, no, that's not a dumb question because I haven't looked at eagletownship.org. I didn't know that that was a thing, so I'm going to write that down too. Or maybe I'll open it up in a second. I'll do that instead. So I put the pages, like I had like a big stack of papers, put them underneath a giant ream of paper to like flatten them. And because, I don't know if I can describe this correctly, but because the ream of paper was so heavy, it's like holding those other thick papers just still. And then I slid my hand back, and because the paper, like I feel like it wouldn't hurt so bad if the paper was able to move out of the way of my finger, like if I was pushing it, but it wasn't going anywhere because it was being held flat. And man, it like sliced into my finger. It hurts so bad. It's like deep. Okay, anyways. Oh, they have the kids make badges out of clay, yeah. You have phantom pain because of my finger? Yeah, sorry, was that too descriptive? Okay, let me look back. Photos, lists of founders. Oh my god, okay, thank you. And that's like the most obvious URL too. eagletownship.org. Now, there is apparently another part of Iowa. Yeah, see, this isn't the right one, unfortunately, I don't think. Because I was like looking for Eagle Township, and I was like, why is it so far away? It's Eagle Township, Iowa. Eagle Township, Iowa. Apparently, Eagle Township there's like another one. And ours is Eagle Center then. Because if this is also in Iowa... Oh, they have so much information. Oh, this is Michigan. I wish this was our Eagle because, man, it's not. Sad. But that is a cool website. I need every single town to have that website. A different page comes up for me. Okay, hold on. eagletownship.org. Okay, that's what I put in, right? I know, Eagle Center is tiny. It's like hardly even a thing. Yeah, double check and let me know, because I'll look it up again if you want. But it's so small that I think, it seems like most of, and Tegan, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like most of like the Eagle Township business goes to LaPorte. Like everything is, like the newspaper comes from LaPorte. Or Waterloo, but it's in Black Hawk County, Iowa. Yes. Oh, okay. That's, Clinton County. Yeah, actually, I have seen a couple of diaries on eBay, like here and there, and the name Clinton County, Iowa sounds familiar. So there are some out there from Clinton County. And somewhere, someone is doing research, and that website is like their gold mine, and I wish it was mine. Fair and warm, went to school, went downtown. Thank you, though. It's helpful that you guys look things up and... Just like I find a million dead ends, so it happens. But thank you. Went up to Mary's. Was over to the Universalist Church a few minutes. It's tough because right where it says Universalist, that's where the chat is. So I like can never see what I'm typing there. Okay. Okay, hold on. There's a Wikipedia, and the only info is that the population was 63 in 1902 for Eagle Center. Yeah, that's not that many. And this was in 1895, so probably even less. So I wonder with that unemployment rate, or employment rate, whichever one it was, it's probably because a big portion of the citizens are children, or are elderly, or are working. Like, I wonder if unemployment counts if you like work on a farm. Like, wouldn't that, you're employed, but it's probably 50 or less living there now. Yeah, retirees. 10%. Yeah, most are older or kids. Yeah. Farmers. Cloudy all day and rained part of the time. Went to school. Went over the river with Emma S. to Mr. I'm sorry, I can't read that part when it's on the edge. To Mr. Helen Smith. And we stopped downtown. Awesome. If I ever get a diary from Texas, you'll be my contact. Amazing. There's a very detailed breakdown of the population. Really? On the Wikipedia page? Oh, I should probably specify. $511 on the 2000 census. 1858. Eagle Center is a highway, yeah. It's just one road. Oh yeah, that's true. Erin has a diary from Texas. Yeah, so Felicia, if you ever want to join our detective group, Erin's in there. And she shares that diary there. And reads it on a podcast. Pages of the Past. There's your plug. Pages of the Past. Which I need to... You have to tell me if you add stuff to it, because I want to listen to it again. I just finished a book today. And I was like, oh, I got to listen to podcasts now. So I listened to my grandma's diaries a little bit. Feel free to send me the list. Okay, awesome. I will send you the list. Oh, okay, you're leaving. All right, well, thank you very much. You messaged me, right? I have your name written down too, but sometimes it's hard to find people on here. So definitely send me a message. Don't be shy, and I will send you that list. 3 new podcasts lined up to upload. Yay! Okay, let me know when you upload them. Okay, fair and cloudy, some warm. Went to school. Ian said he was going to be down here. And then I made him leave because I said he was crunching too loud. My Grandma's Diaries is a podcast. And it was a TikTok page. That's how I found it first. And it's another diary TikTok. Okay, sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. So they're actually reading the guy's grandma's diaries from the Great Depression. So it's very interesting. I don't know what the heck that says. 12 and a half miles. And then they've turned it into a podcast. And I have a long commute, so it's nice to listen to that. I know, I made him shy. He looked at me, he was like, but it's true, we would have heard him crunching. This microphone is like kind of picks up a lot. Might be helpful. I don't know what your comment said though before. Okay, I don't know what might be helpful is referring to, so you'll have to repeat what you said before. Yeah, I finished that book. Remember I was talking last week about the book called The Lost Girls of Willowbrook. And it's about a mental institution in New York. Do the last names Hazen, Dottie, Niles, or Eddie ones that have shown up in this diary? Not yet. But this is the first diary that we're reading of a set of 6. So, do you know people from the area that have those last names? They haven't popped up, but that's intriguing. Yes, IA, Jen Webb, we found some pictures there. I think that was the place we found some pictures of the schools, which was very cool. Yeah, that's a good resource. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, Maria is the one who sent me the diary. This one that we were talking about in the beginning. Hi, Maria. I didn't see your name pop up in here. But we opened this up at the beginning of the live. and started like reading through it a little bit. Yeah, that's from Maria, so everyone thank Maria. Went to something and back. That's a place. O or A L Y S. I don't know what that is, but anyone know a town over there that would be like something Lysart? And is approximately 26 miles away from either Waterloo or Eagle Center. Hi.
Hi.
What did you eat for your snack?
Pita chips.
Oh, I'm hungry. I didn't mean for you to go away. But it was really loud. Dysart, thank you. I had actually, that sounds familiar. Yeah, it must be. Dessert, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Dysart. Welcome back, Ian. Oh, he did hear me. Went to church and Sunday school. 8 miles. Yeah, the diary, Maria, we like just started peeking through it. And I remember you had said that there was like, it seemed like a mother and a daughter writing. And yeah, it seems like there's at least 2 people writing. Very sporadic. It's going to be a mystery, which is good. It's going to be definitely something to have to piece together. Can you see if this is the wrong Eagle Township? Yes. I can. You're just going to have to... Okay, hold on. Well, just looking at the website to see if it's the same Eagle Township. This is a homemade book. Oh my god. Okay. So I don't know how to tell you. You're going to have to tell me what website again, because I don't have it on my chat. But it's... I think it's Eagle... No, it is Eagle Township. It's also called Eagle Center. You know what? It won't send the link. That's why. There's no link. It filters. Which is like such a pain in the butt. But if you send it to my TikTok, I can open it later. Or you can kind of try to type the link or tell me like what to search and I can get it. But it won't. If you send a link, I think it thinks it's spam. It seems like the diary writer in Maria's diary is from Maryland. No, it didn't work. It must know all the tricks. I wonder, try sending it in, like, don't send www, just send, like, okay, yeah, message me. I'll open it up and I'll let you know. I can't open it now, but unfortunately, I have to wait. It is Black Hawk County. And so I have, like, I can show it to you on a map. So, this is Waterloo, Iowa. This is where Eagle Township, the one we're talking about, is. But I think there's multiple Eagle Townships. Or Eagle Centers, you know. Oh, sorry. Are you talking about Dysart? I don't know how to say it. Dysart? I don't know what county that is in. But Toma. Sorry, you just told me. Is it Tama? Or Toma? Is that a different one? Because I read about Tama County the other day. And she went and visited someone at Tama County. In Florida. 20 minutes south of Eagle Township. Yeah, I know it's a real... Oh, you mean like it's like a city. Like it's big. I know it's a real place. But it's a bigger city. Oh, we didn't do 11th. Fair and warm. Went up to Mr. Gracely? Oh, and I was looking up because for the last couple of months, every once in a while she'll go and she says she takes Papa, which is her dad. Oh, Grady's. You think so? I don't see the D coming all the way up, though. I think I found a workaround. Type this in Google. It should be the first result. As the eagle soars, Hazen Eagle Township. Okay. Love that. Workaround. This one? I think it's Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. I think you're going to be an expert on Eagle, Michigan. But too bad. That's so cute. It looks very similar. Like the... Oh, that is so cool. Old Macrum Dam. Love it. It's okay. It's okay. I've done... Trust me. Trust me. I'll be staring at something and think I'm like, I found it. I found it. And then it's like, oh no, that can't be. That... Like when I was so convinced that I found Georgia's school, but that school building hadn't even been built when she was in high school, so trust me. But yeah, this looks basically like I would totally believe this was that town. The Old Eagle Hotel. Oh, I like it. This is very cool. The old blacksmith shop. First store building in Eagle. So cool. Okay, Gracely's looks right, you think? I know, the school does look similar to the schoolhouse. All those old, like, farming towns are probably just simple boxes, I feel like, for the schoolhouses. There, went up to Mr. Gracely's for Papa. Oh, I had started to say. She went to her dad's, like, work. She said, I went to bring Papa to work, I think. And it was, like, a certain amount of miles away, of course, she told us. And then she said, like, went after Papa this many miles, brought Papa home this many miles. And it was, like, so many different... Oh, that's okay. It's always a wild goose chase every day. So she went on a wild goose chase. Like, it seemed like following her dad when he was working. And it was confusing. But then I looked it up because I remembered that there was something... Like, he was a engineer, a civil engineer, and he worked for the city. So at that time, he was doing survey work. So he was, I think, like, traveling to different places. Like, when I emailed a railway society that I thought was in Fairfax, Iowa, but it was Fairfax somewhere else. Yeah. If there's ever a diary from Eagle Township, Michigan, we know where to go. I know, we should look specifically for that. Because there's so much information. Of course, the places we have diaries in are, like, really hard, too. No, not California. Fairfax, Iowa. Probably much smaller than your town. Because Fairfax, Iowa, I mean, Eagle is smaller than that one, so it's, like, really hard to find information on little tiny rural towns. No one answers email there. And they block you from their Facebook groups. Because they're like, what do you want to know? Went to school. Went over the river. I know. They're mean. They don't share their recipes, or they share too many recipes. Emily, no recipes allowed. Oh my god. That's an inside joke from when I was trying to join the Facebook group of the town of Fairfax, Iowa, to try to, like, get this diary back to a descendant. Like, we're trying to do something good. And they, like, straight up say, you know how, like, Facebook groups have things, like, questions when you want to join, and it'll ask you, like, oh, are you from Fairfax? What do you want to do on this page? Prove that you're not a robot, whatever. So I explained very clearly in my questions. I said, no, I'm not from Fairfax, but I have this diary that I'm researching, and I want to know more about Fairfax and possibly find a living relative in the town to give it back to. You know, like, I thought this was going to be great. The person, like the moderator or the administrator of the Facebook group, messaged me and said, just so you know, this group is Fairfax, Iowa, not Fairfax, Virginia. And I was about to type back, yeah, I know. Like, I want Fairfax, Iowa. That's where the diary is from. I'm pretty sure I said that in the thing, but... And she had blocked me. So, like, I couldn't even explain, like, no, this really does belong to someone in Fairfax. Like, come on. No, she had blocked me, and then I couldn't find the page anymore. I'm like, really? She must be, like, really nervous about bots or something, or spam. Facebook is so weird. Like, I don't know what I did to sound, like, menacing or someone worthy of being blocked. Like, I didn't bug her or anything. I didn't even get a chance to answer, but whatever. I'm over it because we found Jim anyways, so. Yeah, I was like, what the heck? Is there a Fairfax, Iowa subreddit? Probably not. The library didn't even answer their email or answer the phone. Went over the river and downtown. It doesn't matter now because I found the relative anyways. We had an article written in the Cedar Rapids Gazette about the project, and that's how we found him. So the reporter helped us. This evening was the beginning... Wait, what is this? The beginning of the Dairyman's convention. Cool. Was excused in the morning. And came home and helped Mama. I want to know about the Dairyman's convention. Yeah, the power went to her head for being an admin. You can't be in the group. Cloudy and a little cold. Oh, sorry, I'll zoom in. You're doing something similar right now. You have probably 300 letters from World War II. That is very cool. I have a few letters from World War II that my friend got me for my birthday, but I haven't gotten to like read through them yet. The article, the article was called, I don't know, but it was in the, let's go to, okay, it was in the Cedar Rapids, here, if you search Cedar Rapids Gazette, well, it'll be hard to spell my name probably. So it's called Massachusetts Woman Researches Fairfax Man's Diary looks for descendants. This is the article. But basically, it was so cool because Grace King, who wrote the article, oh no, I only have 2 free articles remaining. Grace King is the one who actually reached out to Jim, the descendant who we returned the diaries to. And if you're interested, I did an interview with him, which was very cool. That's on my YouTube page. But he was awesome. He is awesome, you know. But we talked for a while, and he told us all about his family and his life growing up. And now he has the diaries back. So it's very cool. It was a success. He found them at an antique store, all from the same man to his wife. Oh my god, me too. That's, my friend got them at an antique store. I can never say that, an antique store too. And again, it's a man to his wife. And I wonder, is it... I don't think it's his writing back. No, it might be both of them. I think it might be her and his. Like, sorry, her letters and his letters back. I think they're both, like, together. But anyways, I have to go through and, like, put them in order, and that'll be cool to read through them. But yeah. The name of her Discord. My Discord? I'm missing a lot of the chat, so. My Discord, I have 2 different ones. I have a free Discord that's, like, just, for, like, announcements where I'll say, oh, I'm going live in 10 minutes, and it's not, like, an interactive thing. It's more just, like, practical to get reminders, because a lot of people say they don't get the reminders on TikTok. That one is linked in my bio. I don't know what it's called. I mean, I think it's just called, it's called Diary Detectives, with an exclamation point at the end, but I don't know if you can find it that way. It's linked in the bio, but then the other Discord that we're talking about, the Patreon one, it's like an extension of that other one. So the announcements one that's free, you just see one page and it's like me kind of like giving updates. But then if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can see the other like rooms, and we do research in there, and I can answer, like, if you have questions about that, I can answer your questions, but I don't know if that's what you were asking. Thank you, Juicy Fruit, transcribing for us. Do you know the names in the letters? If you're talking to me, I don't know off the top of my head. The names are in there, but I don't have them right here to look at. But yeah, if you have questions, the real TKG, I'm not sure if you were asking about like the Patreon specific one, but I'm happy to answer questions about that, because it can get a little confusing with the two Discords. But basically, it's an extension, so like when you join the Patreon, it will automatically open up those other rooms for you, and then you can actually see like what we researched together. We have video chats together, like doing research or just hanging out, you know, so it's fun. Okay, went downtown and up to Mary's. Rained nearly all day. I still want to figure out who Mary is. I have a time limit today. I have to be done at 8 because Ian's making dinner. And he wanted to know what time I'd be done. That place was, how do you say it? Dysart, Iowa? 26 miles. Yes. And actually, why don't we, I wish that Google Earth, I think it does like on the app, but I wish that it did like directions. I wish you could do directions between two places, because I like the look of Google Earth. I'll save this to our list. I like the look, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like you can say like, oh, give me directions from this place to this place very easily. At least if someone knows how, let me know, because sometimes I'm just dumb. Okay, so 26 miles to, yeah, about, I mean, it could be, she could be going anywhere there, so from Waterloo to Dysart. And then of course I can't, like, okay, there we go. And then, yeah, when I was saying Mary's, the way Google Earth says Tool UT, I don't know what that means. I want to figure out who Mary is. If she's a neighbor, a friend, a family member. She goes there like every day. Should be a sidebar, get directions. Okay. If I click like here. Sorry, you like can't see what I'm doing, but if I move this there. Oh, I might have written that. I think I did originally, and then I think I changed it. I did, yeah. Thank you. I thought it was an A at first, but then we figured it out. Get directions. I know, and I feel like I've seen that get directions on the regular, oh, it's pronounced Tula? Tula. Tula. Can enable sidebar on the view. Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you. Wait, where? Layers. I don't want 3D buildings. Maybe I do, but I hate how this doesn't save. I want to see everything all the time. But it doesn't save every time. I don't see it. View. I don't want grid lines. I don't want a slideshow. I think maybe... maybe it's a thing that's in the Google Earth, like, program. Tile. Slide. Tile overlay. I'm just in the browser right now. Yes, there is. The Facebook group called Iowa History Images. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I'm in. Or one of them that I'm in. And I'm also in a Waterloo one, specifically. But yeah, they're so cool. And actually, one came up, I think it was in... oh, it was in the Cedar Rapids. I'm in a Cedar Rapids one, too. I don't know if I'm in Iowa History Images. Let me double check that after. But in the Cedar Rapids one, a picture came up recently that was in Fairfax. And it was like... I messaged the girl because I was like, I've done so much research on this one diary in Fairfax, and I bet you, she was trying to figure out who was in the picture. It was like a picture she found in her house of like the old owners. I was like, I bet you if you have any information about where the house is or like who lived there before, that person was mentioned in the diary, and it was a name that was mentioned in the diary. I don't think I shared that with you guys. I think in the diary detectives group, I sent you guys a message when I like reached out to her, but I should update you. I mean, we didn't figure out exactly who it was. I was hoping we would, but it was a Dvorak, I think. So I had like a theory about, it was 2 women in the picture. So I'm not like sure who's who, or, you know, there wasn't really much information to go off of in the picture. There were no names or dates or anything, but like it was cool to take a guess. I thought maybe it was her and her sister or something. So yeah, I'll send you guys like the thread that we had gone through, but it didn't really like amount to an overwhelming like, oh, that's her, but it was still fun. I was hoping it would be Edna. Like, I was really hoping it would be Edna. Yeah, there's so many names that come back, like Dvorak. I think it was that last name, but there's like a bunch of them that were mentioned so much. Iowa history images, I'm writing that down. But yeah, Alice. I think it was Alice. Yeah, you remember, but I think that's the girl I thought it was in the picture. I'll remember you. I'll remind myself, and I'll remember to send you guys. But she gave me like a timeline of when she had bought the house and like who lived there before and what she knew about them. So the house was exactly on the map where the I think it was Dvorak's house was. But I'll send you guys that after. But yeah, I know I would love to read Edna's diary too, but well, we have Edna Senior's diary technically, because she starts writing for, oh my god, your friend is married to a Dvorak. They probably are distantly related. What was I just saying? I'm so bad at that. I lose my train of thought. We have Edna Senior's diary because she started writing when Todd got sick. Edna Jr., yeah, I agree. And we know she wrote diaries too. Okay, went to school, went over to Turner Hall, and saw the Dairyman's exhibits. Went to a supper at Grace M.E. Methodist Church with Papa. I don't know why I say it like that, but I do. Went downtown and be consistent up to Mary's. Mama got me a new jacket. Okay, we're gonna find more about the Dairyman's Convention. Oh, history of Marshalltown, Iowa, and surrounding communities. Where is Marshalltown? Is that nearby to there? I'm not from the area, so I don't know how close it is, but I'm writing it down. Marshalltown, Iowa. And surrounding communities, so it still would be worth it. Southwest a little? Okay. From Fairfax or from where we are now, like Waterloo area? Doesn't matter. I'll probably still try to join it. Friday, November. Hopefully we'll find more diaries belonging to the Delaney's. I still haven't messaged the eBay seller back, but I don't think, oh, from the Dysart area. Oh, did someone tell me how to say that? I forget. I don't think so. Someone tell me how to pronounce that. Dessert? That would be easy. Fair and warm. Went to school. And was excused. Came out to Grandpa's. 12 miles. Received a letter from Mrs. Hersman. Had to drive home from work. Did you miss anything? We're only on the 16th, so you didn't miss much of the diary. What did she miss? I don't even know. I don't even know. But we've just been reading. She went to the Dairyman's Convention. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out later. I'll do some research on it. I don't know if, Felicia, I don't know if you were here before or during, we've talked to Tegan. Tegan is going to do some, no, that's the contact you're talking about, I think. But, no, not since then. Yeah, my live is on Tuesdays now. Sorry, very windy. Yeah, I have a class on Wednesdays. Helped with the work. And made taffy. That's cute. Taffy candy in evening. Went after the mail. Making taffy sounds hard. Yes, so that was the last, I think that was the last contact we made. I'm glad that right when I was like, oh, I need someone from that area, Tegan was like, I'm from that area, and I'll do your work for you. We're lucky to have people all over. Fair and warm. Helped with the work, but didn't go to SS, which is Sunday school. Came home 12 miles. Yeah, so I think on the weekends she's going to Uncle Dan's or Grandpa's, and then she's going to church from there. Seems like it. And maybe, remember when, if I were doing an Australian diary, yes, Deb. Remember a while ago when she was like, I wrote a letter to Mama? Like, I wonder if she was at her grandpa's house and she wrote a letter home to Mama. Like, maybe she stays there a lot. And to Uncle Dan. She stayed with Uncle Dan, it seemed like, when she was on school vacation. Okay, Felicia, don't worry about it if it's going to be tight. It's just like an extra thing, but. Wrote 2 essays. Went for a walk. Went down to Mary's. Snowed all night. Does she talk about living with Mom and Dad? I don't know. She definitely seems to move around a lot. Like, she goes to her grandpa's house and Uncle Dan's constantly. So maybe, I don't know. She talks about, like, remember when she said that her mom and dad went to the state fair and she stayed home and did the housework? So I think that they do live together. And I remember seeing that they had boarders. I never figured out if it was like during the time of this diary or not, but I think in 1900 they had like 6 people boarding at their house. Yeah, that's what made you think of it. So maybe like they lived together, but they were constantly like doing like maybe her mom was constantly like keeping up the house for that, so she was busy, and then her dad maybe was traveling. I don't know. Yeah, we know when her mother passed away. We can find, I don't know off the top of my head, but we have it. This is her dad, and her mom, oh, of course I don't have it like right in here. I have it on, I'll go on the ancestry page. $1926. They have land. I know now horses can be boarded at community barn, basically. Yeah, so actually, the grandpa and Uncle Dan have a lot of land. But Georgia's mother and father and Georgia live in, like, the middle of Waterloo, Iowa. So they're in more of a city location, and their house has, like, multiple, it seems like multiple apartments or something. So I think that people were living, and it says it in the census that they had boarders. So, like, they were living in, I think, the other part of the house. Oh, I didn't finish this, did I? No, I didn't. Wait. Oh, yeah, that's from the day before. I saw that. Hold on, in the Discord. So many things. Okay. Okay, we've got a few things in here. I'm caught up now with the mileage tracker. Okay, cool. Corinne's caught up. Once we finish November, you'll do that month. Okay, can I open it on here? I think I can, right? So, Corinne's been, oh my god, this looks so professional. Corinne has been, okay, actually, yeah, there we go. Going through and logging all of the mileage. This is so impressive that Georgia mentions, and adding them up and creating a very professional spreadsheet. That is scary in a good way. Good job. I'll look closer at it later. But that's going to be really helpful and really give us so much data that Georgia would love it. So this is the other church in St. Mary of Mount Carmel. That's the Catholic church that had the cemetery attached to it. So this must be the new one, and that's what it looked like. This is cool to see this. This is what it looked like when Georgia was in Eagle Center, or Eagle Township. This says Eagle Center. And then this is the, that must be like the parsonage. Oh, that's the newer church. Yep, and that must be the priest's house. That's what it's called, right? Parsonage? I know, we love a good chart. And then the cemetery behind it. And then Jen just sent, I found a PDF of the history of Black Hawk from 1910. Oh, cool. In September 1895, an amendment of the Articles of Incorporation was made, changing the corporate name to Grace Methodist Episcopal Church of Waterloo, which amendment was executed by the trustees. Oh, okay, so her father? Oh, cool. Her father was a trustee of the Grace Methodist Episcopal Church of Waterloo. About this time, M.L. Newton, who is her dad, started a Sunday school on Broadway and became its superintendent, assisted by other members of Grace Church. This work resulted in the organization of St. Paul's Methodist Episcopal Church. Okay, that's really important to know. Maybe, because she talked about teaching Sunday school. I'm pretty sure I had looked at Grace at this church and it was like too close to be the one that she goes to every week. But I wonder, maybe it's the one. We'll add it to the list. Or I think that might be the one that she had her funeral in eventually too. Yeah, I don't know. Superintendent, maybe that's like he's in charge of the educational part of it. Or yeah, he was a superintendent of the Sunday school on Broadway. Well, that's cool. Jen, you'll have to send us the link to the PDF too. There's so much information on Black Hawk County, but it's hard to weed through it sometimes. Like, there's a lot of old atlases, and there's a lot of like pictures of people who established the different towns, and of course like nothing is logged correctly where you can just control F. Like, you have to look through every single page, and I've done it on some things, but it's like there's so much out there. It's just like sometimes you just gotta stumble upon it. You only missed that we got this article, or this PDF, a piece of a PDF that Jen was talking about. Jenny, sorry, I know you go by Jenny. And it's talking about how in 1895, her dad was involved in starting a Sunday school and was like the superintendent of the Sunday school. So when she's talking about, superintendents of churches exist, it has to do with regional congregations. Okay. Here's Mo, our newest diary detective. Yeah, so she talks about teaching Sunday school a couple of times in the diary, and we'll have to look and see. Maybe the time that she mentions teaching Sunday school, she doesn't say she went 12 miles or something. I don't know. And that would mean, like, maybe she's teaching it in a different church than the one she's visiting all the time. We'll see. These diaries were donated to us by someone who was following another story that we did. So we read these other 3 diaries from Iowa, and we got them returned to descendants. So that the person who read, sorry, hold on, let me start over. I'm getting a little tired. We were working on a project, and it was based in Fairfax, Iowa, these 3 diaries, and an article was written about our project, and someone who read the article reached out to me and had other diaries to donate. So those 3 that the article was about, we have got those back to descendants. That's been like a successful return. But now we have these because that you know, a reader of that article was like, oh, here you go. Here's another set of diaries that you can try to like read through and return to descendants. That's what we're doing. Sorry if that was like really long-winded. I don't know where I was going with that, but hope that answered your question. I'm a little bit like tired, but snow on the ground. And it makes me think of winter. Is that what she said? Yeah, so the church is kind of confusing. We know that this church that we were just talking about was a Methodist church, Methodist Episcopal church. But the one that she goes to is the United Brethren, and I'm not sure if that's, I think someone had said that's the denomination, United Brethren. And later on, Georgia and her mother, I think, is this who we were talking about before? They didn't have a denomination listed. Yeah, is United Brethren a Methodist? I don't know, or is that like its own thing? I'm not familiar with that, so it makes me think of winter. Or us think of winter? I don't know what she's saying there. I think me. Didn't go to school. Received a letter from Maud. Superintendent makes sense for a Methodist because they have elders. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sheds some light on that. Thank you. So definitely the one that's talking about the superintendent of the Sunday school, that's definitely a Methodist church. The other one, where we were talking about which church she went to, because that one doesn't line up as the one she goes to, because she says she goes 8 miles to church and then 12 miles home from church. So we think her church is in Eagle Center, that she like attends regularly. And that's like, I don't know what, that's the United Brethren one. So I don't know what, if that's the denomination or if there are Brethrens in Australia. So that's the denomination then. It's not like part of Methodist Church. It's like different, right? There's so many different denominations of Christianity. And it's all Protestant, right? It's like all different names for different kind of Protestant religions, but then there's Catholic. It's interesting. But then there's different kinds of Catholic too, right? Oh, thank you, the Joy Crew. Yeah, it is fun. Oops, I went the wrong way there. UB and Methodist merged in the 68s. In which 68s? Or in 1968 or 1868? Because that's important. Oh, happy diary birthday. I should, I don't know how to do this, but I should figure out on, oh, this would be awesome. Oh, that's okay, Mo. So that's good to know, though, because then we know that United Brethren and Methodist at this point in the diary are not one thing. They're very similar. Okay, that makes sense. I want to figure out how on here to make something. I think I could do it if I had like a Stream Deck or something. I want to make something pop up. Whenever someone says, it's my diary birthday, I want it to just like come up and say, happy diary birthday. I think that would be fun. Even if I had to like hit a button, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Oh, I love reading old tombstones. I think that would be so cool if I could hit the button, and I'm going to figure that out. I'm putting it on my list. I'm almost out of paper here. Because that's one thing. Every time we come on, someone's, oh, that's my birthday. Because how can you not, you know? It would be cool to have a little pop-up of like a confetti or something. Okay. Cloudy and cold. I'm sure there's some way to do it. Snowed. Didn't go to school. I wonder if she didn't go to school because it snowed. Wrote a letter to Esther. I smell food. Ian's cooking. We only got 20 minutes. Brethren started as Amish Methodist. Oh, interesting. Amish. Now, is that the same Amish that I'm thinking of, like in Pennsylvania? I don't know what he's making. Oh, he said he's making, something, I'll ask him. When he comes down, we'll ask him. It's chicken and rice, but there was some, like, little, it was special. Fair and a little cold. Didn't go to school. You know what he made the other day? It was so good. We love IKEA. I don't know if you guys... IKEA seems like it's very few and far between, especially in the U.S., but there's one in Massachusetts, and we've been going there because we just bought this house, so, like, we're getting, like, cheap furniture. I like the furniture they have that's, like, unfinished, because then you can paint it and make it match stuff, and it doesn't look super cheap. Like, some of their stuff is a little bit... It gets banged up really easy, so we don't go for that stuff, but, like... And, like, all the kitchen gadgets and stuff. Oh, I love IKEA. You have one near you, too. That's nice. So, anyways, IKEA, if you know IKEA, you know it has really good Swedish meatballs. And, like, the little plate that they give you, we're always like, we're not going to get the food, and then we get the food. But they have the meatballs and the mashed potatoes and the peas. They have, like, a perfect little combo. And the sauce. The sauce is what's important. The lingonberry sauce. It's like cranberry sauce, but it's not tart. It's just sweet. It's perfect. Perfect combo. Well, Ian has been making IKEA meatballs. Like, he's been making, like, Swedish meatballs with the sauce. And we bought the lingonberry sauce at the IKEA that we went to. So we've been having, like, the perfect combination. And we just ran out of the sauce. Not sauce, but, like, it's like a jam. We ran out of it. Got 90% of your furniture from the apartment, for the apartment on IKEA. Love it. I looked it up. I'm like... Where am I gonna get this? Because the IKEA it's not like super far, but it's like 40 minutes away. It's like an event to go there, and then to go in too. You're not gonna like run into IKEA for one thing. You can't go there without spending like hundreds of dollars. So I'm like, how am I gonna get the lingonberry sauce? Can I order it? You can't order it on their website. They don't deliver it. And then I know next time we go, we're buying it in bulk. Exactly, it's a day trip. You feel me. You know how it is. So, yeah, we spend like 3 hours there whenever we go. What was I saying? Anyways, like I looked it up and you can buy the IKEA lingonberry sauce on Amazon, but it's like stupid expensive because it's like $5 a jar, I think, at IKEA, but on Amazon it's like double. So that's not worth it. And the sauce, or I say sauce, because it's like we put it on our meatballs, but the jam, lingonberry jam, is available at our grocery store, but it doesn't look the same. Like, it kind of looks like jelly, and it's like $8, so I didn't want to... I'm sure it's good, but I was like, no, I want the IKEA one. So next time we go, we're buying like 10 jars of it. That's the only practical solution. Oh, cool. Your uncle was a farmer in Newton, Iowa for years. I don't know where Newton, Iowa is. You'll have to let me know. But we're in, like, Waterloo, Iowa. Not me, but the diary universe is in Waterloo, Iowa. That's so cool. You've been there for most of your life. Yeah, this takes place in Waterloo, and she travels to LaPorte City and Eagle Township and Cedar Falls a lot. And the other diary that we just finished was in Fairfax, Iowa. Sorry, I'm going to catch up on the chat a little bit. Same Amish can also be Mennonite. Oh, yeah, we have actually a lot of Mennonite. We have like a Mennonite population where I am. Not a lot, but like enough that you notice it. They weren't very big on Christmas and Easter. Yeah, did she... Christmas and Easter. Well, we haven't gotten to Christmas yet. Did she mention Easter? I don't remember. Oh, cool. Waterloo's like an hour away. Grew up in South Des Moines. Oh, I didn't know they had the lingonberry syrup. Is that like, yeah, for soda. Cool. We have a soda stream, and we make seltzer all the time, so that would be perfect. Okay, let me finish, because Ian's gonna have the... Yeah, we know her name and age, yes. So she's she's Georgiana Newton. She goes by Georgia. And... I'm sorry, I'm reading the second comment. And she's 17 at the time of this diary in 1895. You currently live in one of the towns Laura Ingalls Wilder grew up in. I am jealous of you. I love Little House on the Prairie. Or I did, at least when I was a kid. I watched the show and I read the books. What month did the diary start at? It started at January, so we're like almost all the way through. But we have other diaries from her. Yeah, Erin's from that area too, so. We have other diaries from her husband, her future husband. So we have like 6 diaries to go through that are all like interrelated. Oh, thank you, Mo. I'm going to look. Thank you. I'm going to look because I know that the date changes every year, so that's very helpful. I'm going to write it down so I don't have to ask you after because I'll forget. Okay. Received a letter from, I'll do that at the end because I do want to finish this and we have like 10 minutes before I have to eat. Gertrude. Emma S. called on me. Maybe Ian will bring food down and he'll show off. Mrs. Lathrop. Lothrop. Oh, we can figure this out actually because she died, unfortunately, at 2:20 in the afternoon. That's very specific. So since we know her last name and her date of death, usually we can find on Find a Grave or in the newspaper. So why are you typing? To document. Yeah, to document, and it's easier, like, so we're going to be researching, we already are, but we're going to continue researching, oh no, did I skip a day? About this woman's life, and, I did. Oh, well, I'll have to read these ones to you. So we're going to be trying to figure out, like, if there are any living relatives. We're trying to find out as much as we can about her. So it helps if you type it out, you can easily go back and reread things and search for names and things like that. Wait, yeah, I did skip a page. So that's basically why we type it. I think the last time I was on, she wasn't going either for a month or two. Yeah, she had a long school vacation and then she was sick. She had a stiff neck for a while and was sick. But I don't know why, if she's not going because of the snow or something now. But she's been mentioning a lot of snow, so maybe if it's enough. Because really, how are they're like plowing the roads? Okay. I'm gonna have to, no, what am I doing? I'm reading this, but I did not take a picture for some reason of the day that the 23rd and the 24th. So I'm going to have to just read it to you guys. And that's not Monday. That's Saturday. I'm sorry. I'm like sidetracked. Okay. So here's what we have. It's going to be, oh, they're like longer too. Fair and warm. Went over to Mary's. And downtown. Went over the river. It's so small. Look how small the diary is. So I'm like squinting at it. Went over the river. May Henning stayed all night with me. Went over the river. May Henning stayed. And she spells it like this. So that's why I spell it like that. Went to Mr. Kleinfeder. Went to Mr. Kleinfeder with her. It might be Kleinfeller. Kleinfelter, I think actually it is. This is an 1895 diary. I usually display the pages as I'm like writing them, but for some reason I missed this page. So that's why I'm just like randomly reading it. But we're typing it out and researching the writer so that we can hopefully return the diaries to descendants. Saturday, November 24th. Okay, sorry guys, this is probably boring. Mrs. Oh, it's so hard to read. Oh, there's a little bit more. So she's talking about the same Mrs. Lothrop or something. But she spells it out a little bit more clearly. So it's Mrs. L-A... I think it's L-A-L. Oh, no. It is T-H, but she just kind of like put them together. I think it's Lathrop's funeral at 2 o'clock. Went to cemetery 2 miles. So this is why I take pictures of it too, because it's so hard. It's a tiny diary, and you can't zoom in real life. Sorry, 2 Saturdays. It's because I'm like fumbling trying to read it in front of me. Okay. Went over to Mary's twice. And I'm typing with like 3 fingers because I'm holding the diary. I'll fix it after. May went over to Kleinfelter's. Okay, May went over to in the morning. Cloudy and little cold. Okay, so now we're back on the easier to read ones, the ones that are actually here. So that's good. No, I don't remember Mary ever coming to her house. That's a good question, Joe. Usually it's her going to Mary's house. Okay, I wasn't, Kleinfelter, is that German? I don't know. It sounds it. Oh, bye, Grandma. I would also love to visit the area where the Waltons lived. There's a little museum here about her. Oh. Oh, about Laura Ingalls Wilder. That's very cute. Ah. Yeah, that show. I used to come home from school and watch that show every day. Fair and Cold went to school. Went downtown. And was up to Mary's. Again. There's no space after period on Sunday. Yeah, I actually meant to go back and fix that, but I forgot. Fair and Cold. Didn't go to school. Yeah, Mary was sick. I don't know if she's still sick, but usually she doesn't come to her house anyways. Usually it seems like Georgia is going to visit Mary all the time. But yeah, she did mention she was sick at the beginning of the month. I wonder if she's better. Yeah, she was really, hold on, she was really sick. You're talking about the month before. Mary was really sick. And Georgia's mother stayed with her. So that's why I was wondering maybe like she's a relative and not just a friend. Why would her mother stay with her? But anyways, yeah, and then she did also mention at the beginning of this month that Mary was very sick. So she's still sick, I guess. The sad thing is, I mean, I hope Mary gets better, but if she doesn't, we'll be able to find her. Hopefully she gets better. I'd rather not know who she is then. Okay. Maybe a cousin. No, I shouldn't have said that. That was getting a little detached. These are real people, so. Fair and Warm. Didn't go to school. Received a letter from Harry R. I think that might be the first mention of Harry R. Went downtown. Saw Will. She mentions him quite a bit. Went up to Mary's also. Came out to Grandpa's. 12 miles. Brought. Oh, May? Oh, maybe it was. I'll have to go back. I thought it was Mary, but it might have been a... Oh, yeah, you're right. It was May Henning. Will's sister. Okay, but I think Mary was also very sick the month before. But yeah, you're right. I think it was May in this month, not Mary. Okay. Came home to Grandpa's, 12 miles. Brought Ed, B, and me. Stopped at, it is a minute. I don't understand. Oh, well, that's not correct, but I don't understand what she's saying. Brought Ed, B, and me. Stopped at Ed as a minute. Maybe that's two different sentences. Brought them to Grandpa's? I don't know. Took Ed with her, yeah. Oh, with? I don't know. It's funny because when she gets to the end of the entry space, she's like got a cram. So sometimes things don't really like make sense. I do the same thing on mine because I have a 5-year diary, which has certain spaces for each day. And it's like sometimes you end up, oh, is it? Oh, no, you're totally right. That makes so much more sense. Thank you. Brought Ed B and we stopped at Ed as a minute. Cool. I think that's right. This is, oh my god, the food sounds so good. It smells so good. Sounds good. It smells so good. This is Thanksgiving Day. Cloudy and warm. Helped do the work. Went after the mail. She doesn't tell us like what she did for Thanksgiving. That's interesting. She's got like extra space on that day. Can you hear colors if you can sound the food? Yeah. The food does sound good too. I can hear it sizzling, but... Oh, there's the 23rd. Why did it get... That's weird. I don't know why that picture got out of order. Usually it stays completely in order, but that's the missing days. Weird, because I didn't go back and take pictures after. Usually everything stays in like perfect order. Now I gotta worry about that. Okay. Yeah, yes, okay, so maybe they don't celebrate major holidays. It's interesting that she mentioned it though. So I thought maybe if she mentioned it, she's celebrating it, but you're right. And we're gonna go back to Easter at the end in 2 days. Cloudy and a little cold. Help do work. Went after the mail. Received a letter from Hester. Cloudy and cold. Helped do the work. I'll fix it after. Oh, my hand like doesn't want to work anymore. I've also been doing clay with the kids and my hands have been killing me. My wrists hitched. Hitched dick up. That's a horse. And went after the mail. Yeah, exactly. So badges. I'll have a little badge factory at school. That would get me in a lot of trouble, I think. And then went over. I took, because I'm an artist, I have to take, because I'm an art teacher, I have to take classes to keep my licensure. So I took this, like, printmaking class over the summer, and I told the diary detectives, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna, like, carve out a badge and print it and send it. Never did it. I want to. I just have so many projects I want to do, but I totally could do that still. Carve a rubber stamp and like print it out on fabric or something and give everyone a patch. That's what I was gonna do, a patch. I went after, sorry, hold on. Hitched dick up. I went after the mail and then went over, yep, to see Etta. 2 miles. I know, one day. As long as you guys are patient with me. You know me by now that I'm like, my brain moves a mile a minute and then time is gone and like I don't have enough time to weird that it's not loading, but so that's the last day of November. I've been live for 2 hours exactly now. So what we're going to do is look at April 14th and see if she celebrated. Oh, I got to do it on here. Hold on. I'm going to look at April 14th and see if she celebrated Easter. Nope. Well, I mean, she went to church, but she doesn't say anything about Easter. She talks about hunting eggs here, which might seem like Easter eggs, but she talks about it all the time. Like, I think they're just finding eggs from the chickens. I don't think they're doing an egg hunt. He used the high schoolers to type up the church's recipe book. That's great. I've got little children. I don't want to get into that. Okay, everybody. Stamp, pass it, stamp, like an assembly line in my art classroom. Girly Pop doesn't do the holidays. That check's very cool. Actually, you know, let me look. Hi.
Hello.
What are you making? They want to know.
Chicken marsala.
Chicken marsala. Yeah, I know. It's my time that I have to go up, isn't it? It's 8 o'clock. I'm done reading. I'm doing a little investigation. I'm going to look ahead to Christmas. She said fair and cold Christmas Day, so she mentions it. Oh yeah, okay. Helped do the work, went down to Uncle Dan's, sang in the evening. My presents are on another page. Oh, cool. So she mentions her presents somewhere. That's so cryptic. My presents are on another page. Depends on your school district's view on child labor, yeah. I'm trying to see where she listed her presents, but I don't see them. Oh, here it is. Okay, do you want me to read them to you? Oh, it's on the memoranda. Like the end of the diary. Should I read them now? Well, I'll read them now, because we'll forget by then. So... oh my god. Listen to this. This is not even the gifts. Memoranda. This is like, I guess, the important things that happened to her that year. March 23rd. Was in a runaway with uncle, and I jumped out and hurt my hip, etc. A runaway what? Carriage? Horse? Train? July 15th was my birthday, and oh, okay, this is her birthday gift, actually. Was my birthday, and I received a pair of kid gloves, watch chain, 4 pairs of stockings, silk and needles to darn with, and silk waist. Okay, and I'm just going to keep reading them. We're not skipping. Sorry. We are right now. Oh, yeah, we kind of are skipping. So the question was, we originally began with the question of, does she celebrate the holidays? Because we think her denomination was the United Brethren. So, no, we were in a runaway, like running away from crime. Which apparently they don't celebrate holidays that much, or that, it's not like as big of a deal. Or, I don't know how to phrase it correctly. But I was looking back to see if she mentioned Easter, and she doesn't really mention Easter, and she mentions Thanksgiving, but doesn't say, like, she celebrates it by doing anything. So I was looking on December 25th to see if she celebrated Christmas, and it seems like she did, and she got presents. So she said, oh, my presents are written on another page. Doesn't tell us what page, but at the end of the diary, there's this part that's like, it's called memoranda. It's for, like, extra little things. So I was looking there because she had a list, and I thought that was the presents, which she does. But I'm going to keep reading. Like, there's a few little extra entries, and then we'll end on Christmas, because that's at the end. Her Christmas present list. July 26th, I was given some lead bearing my name on it. Was given me by something something GH, 3 pieces. It was from Dubuque. Lead? I know, she uses a lot of initials and not names. But she has started to use more initials. From pencils? I don't know. I was given some lead bearing my name on it. Maybe it's pencils with her name on it. Oh, yay, Felicia. Woohoo. I'll help you get into the Discord if you need help. But you should get an email from, a lead for a horse, maybe. If you need help, look at the email. Sorry, back up. I've had to do that a few times today. Like, just stop and start over. You should get an email from Patreon or Discord. And it will give you a link to get into the Discord if you already have Discord. Do you already have a Discord account? Because that's easier. If you don't, then I'll help you. I'll walk you through it. But it could be, yes, Sarah, it could be a lead for a horse. Or a writing tool. But yeah, reach out to me if you have trouble getting in and I'll help you. August 16th. Went to LP, which is LaPorte City, to an entertainment given by Mabel Shearer. And stopped at Medford's store, which I didn't even show you guys. Oh, you're already in there. Good. Okay. I didn't even show you guys. I found Medford's store. December 25th. Okay, here's her list of presents. Of course, I can't read the first word. Game, rink, stand. I don't know what that is. Tidy. What? Handkerchief, set of 11 furs, set of beaver furs, wow, souvenir spoons, book called The Wide, Wide World. Sorry, it's very small. Bottle of perfume, card, skirt, wrapper, which is like a robe, I think. Button bag. Button bag? Yeah. Candies. Nuts. Popcorn. I don't know what tidy is. I think it's TIDY. Veil roll and booklet. That's what she got for Christmas. Booklet. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, awesome, Felicia. It's a lot to take in. Don't feel pressure. There's like a lot of information there. But we'll help you navigate it. I tried to make it a little more organized. It's gotten better, but it's a lot to organize. So yeah, that's what she got for Christmas. I don't know. Some of them I just really don't even know what that is. It's either a rink stand or a sink stand and a TIDY, I think. Tidy. Well, if you're tempted, if you join the free one, there's like a little tab. I wonder if I can show you guys on here. Oh, cool. Nikki found the book. There's a little tab within the free Discord that will show you what the paid one, the Patreon one, looks like. Oh, a ring stand. Maybe it is a ring stand. No, it's definitely something K. I don't know. Oh, good. You caught up on the mileage tracker. Amazing. Yeah, there's a test at the end of your first week. No, but you'll be joining just in time, Felicia, because we're going to plan our next video chat soon. Like in the next few weeks. Our February one. So this is the book. The Wide, Wide World. Love it. I really hope we find a picture of Georgia. I want one of her. All the characters. There's so many deep dives you can take when you read old diaries like this. Like, we could probably spend hours just, like, reading snippets of this book or looking at where it was produced or sold or when, you know. I mean, it was 1853, so that's been around for a while. It didn't just come out. It wasn't a new book. Speaking of books, oh no, I mean, so the diary, the Discord, I know it sounds like crazy, like people are so intensely active in it, but it's not really. I mean, we're in it here and there, but it's not something that is like expected that you're in there all the time. There's no expectations at all with it. We have plenty of members who just every once in a while pop in. During the lives, we get a lot of messages in there because they're on here with us and they send things on the Discord. It's easier to like send links on there. So that's why it seems like it's constantly buzzing, but it's really, I think it's pretty chill. In the beginning, we were like crazy on there because it was so exciting, but I think now it's like gone down a little bit. A tidy is a piece of cloth to protect furniture. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, and there's no pressure at all, like, to send things in, or you can just read it if you want, or you don't even need to. Like, I don't want you to feel like it's another job, but it's definitely like you can get a little more of a deeper look into the stories, and like we're putting together pieces on there, so it's just cool to see. But I mean, no pressure, of course. But yep, yeah, I'm pretty busy too, so I'm like not on there as much as I used to be. So now I work and I have a class now. I wish I could just be doing this all the time, but we have to make money. So I think with that, I'm gonna go eat my dinner. Any other things that we didn't get to? I do have a list I'm gonna put right into the Diary Detectives now. I put like my research list in there, and you'll either be a lurker. I love it. You can be a lurker. You can alternate between lurker and annoying, because annoying doesn't exist. So it's great when someone's like really excited about something and we're like going back and forth. It's great. So there's no such thing as annoying in there. All right, so I'm gonna put. Oh, I already did the live. Oh, Jenny just sent something cool. I already sent the live. I mean, I already set it for next week. The live. Sorry, I like can't talk today. The live event that's already on my TikTok, so you can click on it and register if you want to for next week. It'll be next Tuesday, same time. Oh yeah, you could become a lurker. I don't mind. There's definitely, if you like to dig, there's like a lot of info in here about these diaries. And then if you're into researching, we've got like other people will bring diaries in. Exactly, Erin, something for everyone. I love it. And we help each other, which is the best part. I think the best part about it isn't like the content, it's the community, which sounds so cheesy, but that's what I feel like. All right. And it would be free, but if it was free, everybody would be in it. We'd have like 5 million people in it. So I think this keeps it like to people who are actually kind of, first of all, serious about it, and then also are going to be respectful to each other. Because that's like one thing that I love about the group is we haven't had any issues with people being respectful and helpful and kind. So it's a good place. Okay. Well, I'm going to go eat. Thanks, Rachel. I'll see you guys next week. And I'll see the Diary Detectives in the group over the week. Yeah, we're all really chill. All right. Bye, everyone. See you next time. Hopefully this recording saves the chat. That would be super cool. All right. Bye for now. Have a good night, too, everybody. Thanks for being here. Night, Rachel. You're going to go to bed.